Ladies and gentlemen, Geri Petito.
I'm not an addict, I'm just an ass. And in time, this too shall pass. I'm not an addict, I'm just an ass. Geri Petito taught the class. I'm not an addict, I'm just an ass. Loves the answer, the greener grass. I'm not an addict, I'm just an ass. One day at a time, free at last.
When you don't know just what to do,
Just what to do, just what to do.
if what you're feeling is really true,
Is it really true? Is it really true?
just keep your ideas safe and sound.
Safe and sound, safe and sound.
That's exactly how change is found.
Change is found, change is found. I'm not an addict, I'm just an ass. And in time, this too shall pass. I'm not an addict, I'm just an ass. Geri Petito taught the class. I'm not an addict, I'm just an ass. Loves the answer, the greener grass. I'm not an addict, I'm just an ass. One day at a time, free at last.
Hello, everyone, and welcome to the Geri Petito Show on Hamilton Radio. Guys, everyone and anyone who knows me knows I am the author of I'm Not an Addict, I'm Just an Ass. I'd rather be a smartass than a dumbass. Because, guys, 32 years ago I was a dumbass. But 32 years later, through the grace of God, I can honestly say now I'm a smartass. Yes, the word ass is in the Bible at least 40 times, and it means donkey, and that's what I was. I'm saying all that to say this, guys. You know, we've all had a rough 3 years all over the world, not just here. Unfortunately, a lot of people didn't make it, and a lot through addiction. So, guys, I want everyone out there to know you have someone to talk to. No one should ever feel alone. I'm a recovery coach. I'm a nutritional health coach. My services to you are free. And guys, if you think my book can help someone, and I sure do, you can go to Simon & Schuster's bookstore, Archway Publishing. It's on Amazon, BAM, everywhere, Barnes & Noble. And guys, if you truly, truly, truly cannot afford my book, please, please reach out to me about that as well. You can go to my website, www.geripetito.com. All my pages are there. Okay, go to the Geri Petito Show YouTube channel and subscribe. A lot of cool things are happening. And I got to say, today is a really great day for me because not only am I getting to interview this incredible, incredible young man, okay, I'm having so much fun. I have an announcement to make, but I can't make it yet, okay? I'm foaming. Let me tell you something. I'm waiting for confirmation that I can talk about it. And as soon as I find out, I will let you know sometime today. So please, 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 just check me out on Facebook because I'm sure I will be posting it there, okay? Having said that, guys, you know I bring it, right? I always bring it. Honey, I am bringing it tonight, okay? I have with me someone I absolutely, absolutely love, and there's so many reasons why. First of all, let me introduce the incredible up-and-coming superstar. He's already a superstar to me and to most people all over the country. Chris Ruggiero, say hello.
Hey, Jerry, how are you?
I am great. How are you?
I'm better now that I'm looking at you and I'm here with you.
Listen, that's how I feel, okay? You just made my night, baby, okay? You know, Chris, I want you to do me a favor, talk a couple minutes, and tell everyone a little bit about yourself. And, of course, you know, I want to give a shout-out to Joe for this and Gene DiNapoli for introducing me. So talk a little bit about who you are first.
Sure. Well, you know, I'm 23 years old. I grew up in New York in a small town called Somers.
Okay.
And ever since I was 12 years old, I always loved the music of the 50s, 60s, and 70s. And throughout life, that music has got me through sad times, and it's been my best friend when I had the happy times. And for me, it's music. The reason I love this music is because it's music that tells a story. And it doesn't even have to be music of the 50s and 60s. You know, there are songs in my show that I sing that are only 2 years old. But to me, it's songs that tell stories about falling in love or being in love or wanting to be in love with someone who doesn't even know you exist. Those are things and those are all things that we go through. I mean, and it happens at all different ages. For some of us, maybe it's when we're 10 years old and you fell in love for the very first time, or it's when you're 50 years old. But those are things that are relevant. They were relevant 100 years ago, and I think they'll be relevant 100 years from now. But you know, to talk about myself, That's really important to me. I love my family very much. I love people very much. And in my show, I talk a lot about my family and what they mean to me and how much everyone in the audience means to me. Because even if I've never met you before, I always say that by the end of the show, you've become family. So that's the motto I go by, and I'll stick with that one forever.
Speaking of your audience, I got to meet someone, one of your biggest fans, Valerie.
Yes.
Okay?
Oh, she's great.
She cracked me up. We want to say hi. Say hello to Valerie, Chris.
Yes, hi Valerie. I love you very much. You know, it's not even fair to just mention Valerie
No.
because there are so many
Yes.
great fans, but I hate to call them fans because they're family,
Yes.
who come to the shows and people like Valerie and another friend of mine who comes to every show of mine just about, Kathy, and Kathy's been to 48 of my shows now. She travels all over the country, no matter where I go, and she follows me to shows. And it's just a great feeling, you know, because there are many of those people now, and they bring me gifts and food, and I never could have imagined this, you know, but I'm really enjoying this. I'm having the time of my life, and I'm just really happy to know that I'm making them happy, because to me, that's what it's all about. As much as I love to sing and stand on stage and sing the songs that I love, for me, the best part is really after the show when I get to meet everybody, because I just love people, and I love hearing their stories too. And I can't hear their stories if I'm standing on stage singing. So that's why I always look forward to the end of the show when I can go out to the lobby after and just hear everybody's stories, because you never know. And I'm only 23, so I've just learned this recently, but you never know what other people have gone through or what other people are going through. And the stories that I hear, I couldn't even repeat, but incredible stories that definitely have taught me lessons and changed my life. And I'm happy that I've made a connection with people in that kind of way where they feel like they can tell me these things.
Well, I'm honored that I got to meet you before the show backstage, and I got your autograph, and I got your CD, baby. And
you got my Christmas CD.
Oh,
That's
yes,
right.
honey, right here, baby. Thank you, Gene DiNapoli, by the way, for this.
Yes.
You know, I want to say something to you, all kidding aside, though. I know you're young. You don't seem that young. You're very mature for your age, okay? And for you to love this music is mind-blowing. But you know, it might sound a little silly, I'm not sure, but you know, music saves lives. And
Yeah.
okay, you keeping
Not silly at all.
Okay, so you keeping this music alive is saving lives. So
Yeah.
you know, again, you're so young, Chris. All right, I'm going to ask you a couple questions, and it might be hard to answer because I know you've probably got a lot of influences and a lot. Let's start with that. Who was your biggest influence growing up?
Growing up, I would say my grandfather, because my grandfather is the one who got me into the music of the 50s and 60s. You see, when I was a kid, when I was in middle school, I guess, I was kind of a misfit because all the kids were listening to Justin Bieber and One Direction and Ariana Grande, and I listened to the music, and I got to tell you, at that age, I didn't like music at all. I would never listen to it. So until one day my grandfather had a song playing in his car from the 50s, and I heard that song, and I went home and I downloaded, because I live in a digital era where you can go on your computer and download songs at the time, and I downloaded every song I could possibly find of, you know, the 50s and 60s doo-wop songs by the Duprees and Larry Chance and the Earls and the Capris and the Platters, all of the greats, you know. And so that's the kind of music that I grew up listening to, but it was all because of my grandfather. So I have to thank him so much for that, because if it weren't for him, and if it weren't for my mom playing the music around the house all the time, this kind of music, I don't know if I ever would have discovered it. So I have to thank them.
So, you know, I mean, I'll be 62. It's not like I'm old, but I'm not that young. But I always say I was born too late, because even most of the songs came out in 61 when I was born.
That's right.
Right, and even I mean, like, you know, doo-wop, oldies, and Elvis, that was me. And I listened to rock and roll. I went to all the concerts, Jethro Tull, Foreigner, you know, all of them. But this was my music, too. So now at
Yeah.
this stage, when I see younger people keeping the music alive, I'm just like, you got to be kidding me. And I thank you, thank you, thank you so much, because it's not just for me, it's for everyone. So all right, so let me ask you this. You kind of answered the next question. I was going to ask you, like, who did you like listening to growing up? You kind of answered that.
Well, yeah. Well, of course, every singer has their favorites,
Yes.
and songs that they grew up listening
Okay.
to. Like for you, it was Elvis,
Yeah.
right? And of
Oh, move
course,
your head. There we go, baby. There's Elvis. Thank you.
I have Elvis there just for you.
Thank you.
But for me, it was a lot of those doo-wop groups of the 50s and 60s, and but later on in life, even though I'm only 23, I've come to enjoy a lot of other music as well, not just doo-wop music. Now that'll always be my main love and my baby, because that's what I grew up on. But I love a lot of the stuff from the 70s and 80s as well, and even present. I mean, singers like Bruno Mars.
Oh,
I think he's one of the best,
he's
and
incredible.
Harry Styles
Yeah.
is a great singer, because those singers sing a lot about love. They're singing. Bruno said when he was singing one of his songs, he said, that song. It's the same thing the Flamingos sang in 1959. So it's like they talk about the same things, they sing about the same stuff. It just sounds a little bit different now, but there's definitely still magic in the new songs, and I do sing a few of them in my show. So my show is just full of all different varieties of songs, but songs that tell a story, like I said before.
They tell a story. That's right. So all right, you've obviously met a lot of people, and I'm not
Oh
saying
yeah.
who was your favorite person you met. I don't do that. But we all, again, have that one person that maybe made a mark on us. So who was that in your life?
Well, so many people have impacted me. Bobby Rydell was a really dear friend, and actually
Oh,
you can't see, but I have him
yeah.
on the wall
I
here.
interviewed Bobby. I interviewed Bobby. Oh,
Yeah, I have a picture of the two of us on the wall, and I grew up listening to Bobby, and the thought that one day I would meet him and be on shows with him and go out to dinner with him after and go to his house and be in the same car as him.
oh,
And we really became close friends, and we enjoyed each other's company so much. But he made such an impact on me, because not only was he the best guy in the world, and anybody would tell you that, he was such a great performer.
yeah.
There were so many things to learn from many performers, but Bobby in particular, he was the best storyteller. He could tell a story like Sinatra, and he grew up listening to Sinatra, and actually he spent quite a bit of time with Sinatra, and we used to talk about that. So he got his storytelling skills and stage presence in the craft from Sinatra. And so I watched Bobby quite a bit. Every show that we had together, of course, I would sit out in the audience and watch him, and that's where I learned a lot of stuff. And I also watched videos of Frank Sinatra, of course, and learned things from him. But to answer your question, yeah, Bobby Rydell has had a major influence on me, and Bill Medley, he's another dear friend, and he's taught me so much. And my friend Clint Holmes in Las Vegas, I mean, he is the greatest entertainer to grace the stage today. I think he's just incredible. He had a residency actually in Vegas for years, and he and I began working together about 2 years ago on my stagecraft and on my show. And if it weren't for him, and if it weren't for my producer and manager Joe Mirioni, I don't know if I would have learned quickly to become a performer entertainer. So I have to thank them, because I think those guys are the consummate performers, entertainers.
Well, I love Joe as well, and I thank him for this opportunity, okay? He made this happen.
Yes,
And Jeans and
he's the
Napoli,
best.
pushed him in the arm, I'm sure. You know what I mean? So,
No, you don't have to push our arm to hang out with you. Come on.
oh my gosh, it was great. You're awesome. So, all right. So now I have a question for you. This
Yeah.
Christmas CD, okay, Christmas with Chris. Tell us about the CD, because I've shown this to so many people and they want to get it, even though Christmas is over, who cares? But tell us about the CD.
Well, it's a compilation of all of my favorite Christmas songs. You know, all the songs that I grew up listening to as a kid, like Christmas Baby, Please Come Home, I'll Be Home for Christmas, Sleigh Ride, This Christmas. And we tried to kind of sprucing up a lot of the arrangements that are on it. And we had two great arrangers on it, Christian Tamber, Charlie Colello, and I think they're both masterful arrangers. And and so basically that's what the Christmas album is. But what it is also is every song kind of sounds different from the song before. So you might have a jazzy song on there, Have Yourself a Merry Little Christmas, for instance, and then I'll Be Home for Christmas. We made sound like a 1963 Frankie Valli and the Four Seasons record. And then Sleigh Ride, we made sound like a Phil Spector record, of course. So there's kind of pieces of all different kinds of music on there. So that's what it is. But I always promise people that by the time they listen to the album, they'll definitely be in the Christmas spirit.
Well, not only will they be in the Christmas spirit, they will be a huge fan of yours.
Oh, you're very sweet.
Oh, without a doubt. You know what I think?
Thank you.
Let's surprise everyone with one of your songs. How about that? All right,
Sure.
producer, hit us, baby. He's getting it, guys. He's getting it.
I love technology.
Technology. It's good and bad, right?
Yeah, it's great.
Here we go, guys.
There's a spark of magic in your eyes. Candyland appears each time you smile. Never thought that fairy tales came true, but they come true when I'm near you. You're a genie in disguise, full of wonder and surprise. And bet you by golly, wow, you're the one that I've been waiting for forever. And ever will my love for you keep growing strong, growing strong. If I could, I'd catch a falling star to shine on you, so I'll know where you are. Order rainbows in your favorite shade to show I love you, thinking of you. Write your name across the sky. Anything you ask, I'll try. Bet you by golly, wow, you're the one that I've been waiting for forever. And
So that was absolutely beautiful. What does that song mean to
Thank
you?
you. Well, I'm glad that you chose that song because it happens to be out of all the songs I record, I think 53 songs now, that's my favorite. And I knew it when I was recording it that it would be my favorite because it's a song about love, you know? And I happen to be a lover at heart and I'm a real mush. Even though I'm an Italian guy from New York, I happen to be a real mush. And I love singing love songs. But to me, that song, I mean, you're the one that I've been waiting for forever. I mean, you just have to imagine that one day that person's going to come along that you've been waiting for forever. And of course, that hasn't happened for me yet. But when I was in the studio recording the song, I thought about what it would be like when that happens and what it's going to be like when that happens. And so that's how I sang the song. So it is my favorite.
So that's one of my favorite songs, and most people's as well, I'm sure. You know, I grew up in Long Island City, New York. I moved to New Jersey
Okay,
when I was
yeah,
12
so.
years old. So you can't take the New York out of me, baby. And, you know, I remember, and I'm still in touch with a lot of the Long Island City crew. They were all mushes, okay? All the guys, okay? I don't want to hear it, okay?
Yes.
But you're going to find someone incredible that's perfect for you, okay? Just
Thank you.
take your time, and I know you know that because
Absolutely.
they're going to be throwing themselves at you. Okay? So choose wisely, baby. Choose wisely.
Oh, I will. I will. You only get one shot at it.
That's right. So you've recorded over 50 songs?
Yes. Yeah, and 5 albums in the last 2 years. I came out with my very first album, which was called Time Was. And Time Was for, we call the purists, the people who like to hear the songs the way they were. So it's songs like Hold Me, Thrill Me, Kiss Me.
Oh,
Yeah, yeah. I Only Have Eyes for You. And that album is basically me singing the songs like they were recorded, you know. But the reason I decided to do that album first was because I wanted to close that chapter where I was simply just recording covers the way they were, and then I came out with the other album called I Am Chris Ruggiero, which is a compilation of songs where I'm telling my story through them, singing them in my own voice and with all unique arrangements. I mean, and that's my favorite album, I Am Chris Ruggiero, because Charlie Colello arranged the whole entire album, and Charlie arranged every hit for Frankie Valli in the Four
oh
Seasons.
yeah.
He arranged songs for Frank Sinatra, Engelbert Humperdinck, Barbra Streisand, Barry Manilow. I can go on for an hour. I really could, all the way on down the line. So I'm really proud to say that he arranged the album and he arranged that song, "Bet You by Golly Wow." And then after coming out with those 2 albums, I did a duet, a CD of 4 songs, because I don't know if you saw the video, but over the virus when we couldn't go out and do live shows, I got together with my now friend Don Daneman, the lead singer of The Circle.
Okay.
And Don and I were talking, and we both realized how much we have in common. Don really loves doo-wop music, and he loves harmony. And I was telling him how much I love the harmony on their song "Red Rubber Ball," the Circle
Okay.
song. And so we said, you know what? Why don't we sing a song together and make a video? So we sang the old Don Juan song, "What's Your Name?" And this video got seen by hundreds of thousands of people from all over the world. And people started to message us and email us, you know, can you sing more, do another song? So we said, you know what, of course. So we came out with a CD of a couple of songs that he and I sang together, and we had a great time. Don is a great guy, and then after that, because we just kept making albums, we did a piano album
That's
of
cool.
just my voice and the piano, because I realized as much as I love singing with a giant band on stage, I really love singing also with just a piano, because when you sing with just a piano, you can play with the song a little more, and sometimes it's even easier to really get intimate with the song, especially if you're in a small setting like a cabaret room. So that's what that album was for. And then last but not least, we came out with the Christmas album. So we've been very busy over the last 2 years, but it's been great. I'm having the time of my life, and I'm glad that now I'm touring all over, sharing these songs that I recorded with everyone.
So, okay, so I have a question. So, do you ever do, I don't know, 30 seconds of a cappella ever?
The reason I don't is because the sound's not too good through the earphones usually.
Oh, okay. All right, because I
You
would
know,
have
and
had
then
you do it.
and then they're gonna say, "Oh, Chris doesn't sound
No,
good."
we won't do that to you. No way. Okay, so now let me ask you something. So you've recorded so many songs. All right.
Hmm.
So I've interviewed a lot of those artists, even Mel Carter. But
Oh, nice.
but wait, I've interviewed someone, and this is going to be funny to you. So Ron Dante, Sugar Sugar.
Oh, yeah, I had lunch with him in California about a year ago.
You have to record that song.
You know what? They sang that song so good. I don't think anybody should re-record
So
it. It's just one of those songs you can't touch.
it's amazing. So listen, one of my favorite songs in the world, right? Forever. When I'm interviewing him, and to this day, I'll either call him or text him, whatever. Hey, sugar. I can't help myself, Chris, okay? I'm
You
interviewing.
just said another good song, Jerry. I can't help myself.
I can't help myself. But I'm interviewing him laughing the whole time, calling him sugar. I couldn't stop.
It's funny. No, he's a really nice guy. We had a nice lunch.
Oh, I wish you could record it. You should try, because I think if
Yeah,
anyone
I
can do
know,
it, it's you.
And I love the stuff that he did for Manilow, of
Yeah.
course.
So, oh my
Who is
goodness.
another fantastic performer. I went to see Barry Manilow about a year ago in Vegas. I had a show in Las Vegas. I guess it was my third show or fourth show, and I had an off night, and so we went to go see Manilow, and it was one of the most incredible experiences ever. He is such an incredible entertainer.
So, oh, Michael Diamore says hello again, so we got to bring him up.
Tell Michael I said hello. He's a great
Okay.
singer.
Oh my gosh, he loves you. So, all right, so now I want you, the mic is yours right now, and there's a reason why. I want you to tell everyone everything, how to reach out to you, how to buy your music, whatever. I want to do that now, and then we'll do it again at the end, but I want you to do that now as well.
Sure. Well,
Okay.
I always like to say, if you still have a CD player, which I do, you can go on my website and you can find my CDs on my website. All the albums I've ever made are on there. Also, you can find them on Facebook too. And if you don't have a CD player, that's all right, because we even have a USB now that's going to be out soon. Oh, I shouldn't say that. It's not out yet. Never mind. But we have, of course, you can go on Apple Music and iTunes and Spotify and Amazon and Pandora and all the streaming services, and you can listen to every song that I've ever recorded.
Okay, so I want to take a couple minutes. I want to read a poem out of my book. And there's a reason
Okay.
why, Chris, because it's called Utilizing Gifts and Talents. And I love reading it for entertainers because everyone should know that they all have a gift and they should all utilize it, and what you've done. Okay? I'm going to read the poem, guys, and I hope you really, really listen to the words because it's for everyone. Utilizing Gifts and Talents. We are born with talents, we are born with drive, with different gifts to help us thrive. I knew early on I was born to draw and paint, and to also write poetry and to talk without restraint. Our gifts and talents should all be used, God's gift to us, not be abused. We can go far in life for sure, using our gifts to go on tour. All our gifts should be used to create ourselves and more, but then our job's to share them, to even up the score. You see, in life what's needed is not just for ourselves. Once our gifts are mastered, take them off the shelves. A living we can make by spreading them around, not just for the money, but to spread a peaceful sound. Put your efforts forth, do not hesitate. All your talents, my friend, are never second rate. Never hold them back or you will surely die. Maybe not in body, but your soul will cry. Be proud of who you are. Be happy you're alive. Once again, my friend, your gifts will help you thrive. By putting efforts forth, not keeping them at bay, Chris, your name will live forever, baby, forever and a day. So go through life excited for what you sure can give to yourself and others is our reason to live. Our grave will be quite lonely, but our legacy lives on. Make sure people smile with the breaking dawn. And Chris, that's what you're doing.
Thank you. That's a nice poem.
thank you, but you're making so many people smile. When I was sitting there in that audience and I was looking around and doing my silly lives, and I always wear my radio t-shirts because then people don't tell me to shut up and sit down and get out of their way. So they know I'm doing something for the radio. I had to learn that. So now whenever I go to any concert, I have to wear it so they know I'm with radio, and they're like, go ahead, take it, get in front. Even Valerie, she was like, sit down, sit down.
Oh, she'll yell at you, Valerie.
She didn't yell at me because she saw the radio thing. So anyway, everybody was going crazy in that audience, okay? So what you're doing, again, I want to thank you for and I guess I'm in such awe because of your age. You know what I mean? And I just want to thank you for me and the rest of the world, because everyone all over the world is going to know you, if they don't already, very soon. I mean, look at what you're doing. So,
well, like I said, it's my pleasure. I enjoy every second of it, and everything that it does for people.
So why don't we, producer, play another song? Because I think we have 3. So we'll play our second one now, and then we'll talk about it and some more things. Here we go.
You got it.
Yes.
How I wish that you were, how I wish that you were, how I wish that you were my Sherry Amore, lovely as a summer day, my Sherry Amore, distant as the Milky Way, my Sherry Amore, pretty little one that I adore. You're the only girl my heart beats for. How I wish that you were mine. In a cafe, or sometimes on a crowded street, I've been near you, but you never really noticed me. Oh, Sherry Amore, won't you tell me how could you ignore that behind that little smile I wore? How I wish that you were mine. La 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 la. Maybe someday you'll see my face among the crowd. Maybe someday I'll share your little distant cloud. Oh, Sherry Amore, pretty little one that I adore. You're the only girl my heart beats for. How I wish that you were mine. How I wish that you were, how I wish that you were, how I wish that you were mine. How I wish that you were, how I wish that you were, how I wish that you
Absolutely beautiful. Absolutely beautiful.
Oh, thank you.
What does that song mean to you?
Well, you know, I have to say I'm really proud of the song because it's based off, even though Charlie Colello arranged the orchestrations around the song, actually, we gave him a lot of ideas at first, recordings actually of me singing the song with just a piano in Las Vegas when we were kind of coming up with ideas for the song. So it's a proud moment for me, and anytime I listen to the song, because a lot of the stuff that's on there, I mean, we put together ourselves, and then Charlie kind of put the icing on top of the cake. So, but it's a great song.
I love it. It's beautiful, absolutely beautiful. So,
And again, it's a love song.
listen, don't make me laugh. You are gonna find true love, baby. So, the guy behind you, honey, Elvis. Let's talk a little bit about him.
That's right.
That's right.
Sure.
So, how'd you feel about Elvis?
You know, I didn't grow up listening to Elvis as a kid, to tell you the truth. My grandfather was more into doo-wop, like I said. He really played doo-wop around the house, and therefore my mom was into the doo-wop as well, and the Sinatras. So I didn't grow up listening to Elvis, but of course I love Elvis, and I listen to him frequently. But I love watching the videos of Elvis, because there was nobody like him, and there probably will never be anybody like Elvis again. But I really, really enjoyed the Elvis movie.
I did not. I did not.
You didn't like it?
All right, come on, talk. You talk first.
Well, what I just, Baz Luhrmann, who made the movie.
Incredible, incredible.
He's a genius.
Incredible.
The music in the movie was great. I thought that Austin Butler, I thought that he wasn't acting as Elvis. He was Elvis.
Incredible.
It was incredible, and even a lot of the stuff was his singing.
Yes.
And I couldn't even tell. It sounded just like Elvis, but the way he moved, I mean, that's really what my compliments really mainly go to Austin's acting, because I think that was just incredible.
Incredible. So
now, what did you think?
Okay, so everything you just said, I agree with, and they should all get Academy Awards. Magnificent.
Yes.
So I called the president of Graceland, Jack Soden. We spoke, and I don't know if you know, but I interviewed Gene DiNapoli only about the movie. We did a thing about the movie, him and I.
Okay.
And I had some other friends, Ken Ryan, we were huge Elvis fans, and we had all our facts. I went to see it twice, because the first time I cried the whole time because it was all lies. And I was like, this is wrong, this is wrong, this is wrong. So I went back with my notepad, blah, 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 blah. What hurt me the most about the movie was, and this has nothing to do with the acting and the music, it was incredible. They deserve Academy Awards, guys. Knowing as much as I know about Elvis, okay? A few things hurt me. One of them was they never showed a happy scene with him and his mom, which they should have. They never showed a happy scene with him and his daughter on the golf carts, and they should have, okay? The worst for me was Elvis Presley, when he got drafted, he truly, truly wanted to go in. The colonel tried to get him out of going in, and he said, absolutely not, I want to serve my country. And then the colonel said, what if we get you to perform? He said, I want no special treatment. In the movie, do you remember what they portrayed? Elvis was going in because the colonel got him out of going to jail for 2 or 3 years for wiggling on the stage. That was a lie. So that damaged that part of Elvis Presley truly serving our country and wanting to. That wasn't true. And he never screamed at the colonel from a stage, basically, you're fired. That happened in a private room. So those things, for someone like me, that hurt me. But as far as the acting and the music, and amazing. So Jack Soden said, I said to him, why can't they just come out with the truth and come out with some documentaries? He said, Geri, I don't know what's happening, but something is. Something's in the works. So I can't wait. So real quick, just about Elvis, and then we'll get back on track. So I still have the ticket. I never made it to his concert. He died right before I was only 16, and my mom finally said I could go. And so that's hanging in my Elvis poker room. I had an Elvis poker table made. I'm a poker dealer and a poker player, and I owned a poker league.
Nice.
So, I got to interview Elvis Presley's nurse, Marion, who's still a friend of mine. She's 96, keep her in prayer, Chris. And I got to interview Priscilla Presley's son, Navarone, a few weeks ago. So my Elvis bucket list is, it's happening, right, except for Elvis. But, here's the thing that I want to say. Yes, I believe there will never, ever be another Elvis. But I also believe with people as talented as yourself, and again, how young you are, you guys are getting up there and you can get to almost his point. So, and that's a huge compliment coming from me, because I think you're
Thank you.
that good. And one day, I'm going to look back and say, holy crap, look where this kid is now, you know? So
Thank you for the
you're
compliment.
amazing. You're amazing. So now,
I appreciate it.
so now what's happening? What's going to be happening in the future? What can we look forward to?
Sure. Well, I'm really excited because I'm finally coming out with my first ever original single. So it's a song that was, written. It's an original song. No one's ever recorded it before, and I can't tell you all that much
Okay.
about it yet.
Okay.
But it's just about done. We went into the studio the other day to put some finishing touches on it,
Okay.
and it'll be out in the spring. Sometime in the spring. I don't have an exact date yet, but it'll be out in the spring, and I'm really looking forward to that because I really want people to hear it, and I think it's a great song. I love it, and I can't wait for the world to hear it.
So, all right. So obviously you don't want to share the title. That's okay and all that. Did you write it alone or did you co-write it with someone?
I did not write the
Okay.
song. No,
Okay.
no. But
When it comes out, you get it to me. Hamilton Radio
All
will
right.
play it. We will have it on iTunes, iHeartRadio. Don't worry. That's a gift. Oh, I can't wait.
thank you. I
Amazing.
appreciate it. I can't wait either. And of course, just always so much going on. We're always very busy working on new things, and pretty soon I'll have a new show. I'm starting to work on a new show. So we'll come up with a name for the show, and it'll be kind of more of an introspective show about myself and my family and my story. So a lot of new songs are going to be part of it,
Oh.
and I can't wait for that because I think it's really going to be a great show, and I think everyone's going to enjoy it, and it'll have a little bit of everything in the show and a little bit of everything for everyone. So I'm looking forward to that, and of course I always look forward to performing because, like I said before, I just want to see people and see them happy and make them smile. So I'm going to start to get busy again in the next week or two, traveling around doing shows, and so I'm always excited.
So, okay, so do you want to give shout outs to anyone else while, we still have you? Because I want you to give shout outs to whoever you feel you should.
Well, I have to thank everyone for believing in me. People who were there 4 years ago and saw me for the very first time when I was on PBS, and I had no idea what I was
That
doing
was
at the
cool.
time. I was 18 years old, and people like that who have continued to follow me and along this musical journey that I'm on, and who knows where it'll lead, but I try my best, and I'm continuing to try to be the best performer I can be. And I wake up every day saying, how can I be better? But anyway, I want to thank everyone for all the love and support, because the Facebook messages I get and the emails, you wouldn't believe.
I'm
and,
sure
and
I
it
wouldn't,
just makes
sweetie.
it makes me so happy, and it absolutely humbles me, and it means so much to me.
Okay, so I have a question for you. Now think before you answer. I ask a lot
Okay.
of my incredible singers this question, okay? So when you hear your singing, okay, you hear your songs, you just recorded one, you play it back, okay? What do you think of it? When you hear yourself singing, go ahead.
I see that's funny, the setup before the question, because a lot of people in general do not like hearing their own
That's
voice.
right.
And I'm one of those people. I don't like to listen to interviews after, because I just don't like hearing myself. I like to hear other people speak, But I have to say, I'm really proud of my recordings. When I listen to the recordings, I don't cringe or close my eyes or anything, because they're as perfect as I could make them at the time when I recorded them, and a lot of that is because my producer and manager, Joe Mirioni. I mean, I never liked anything I ever recorded until he and I started working together. And now I listen to these songs and I say, wow, that's actually good. And even when I listen to them months later, the CDs I recorded a year ago or a year and a half ago, So yes, I really do enjoy actually listening to my songs.
So I'm going to give you a little standing ovation from my seat for that answer, because no one answers the way you did or they should. Because I tell everyone our gifts are from God, and by us saying someone else is incredible, but they don't feel they are, that's not okay. So I'm happy to hear that you answered it the way you did. Beautiful, beautiful, okay? You just gave God a gift, okay? You were thanking him for what he's done for you. So beautiful.
Thank you.
So happy to hear you say that.
Thank you.
All right. So now we have another song we're going to be playing, but before we do that, is there anything, I don't want you to get off thinking I forgot to talk about this, because is there anything you want to say that you may have forgotten?
No, I think we covered everything. I mean, if I think of something, I'll let you know.
Okay.
But
I don't want you to
I
forget
think you
and say,
covered
oh,
it
I was
all.
supposed to say this or this, you know?
No, I don't think we're just having a conversation.
Okay,
I don't
good.
think you missed anything or was supposed to say anything.
Okay.
Usually I miss a lot of things because I'm forgetful sometimes. But I think we got it all.
Okay, wait, I have a personal question for you, your parents, your family.
Yes.
So
Yes.
you supporters, I'm sure.
Oh yeah, I'm so lucky. I mean, I know every kid thinks they have the best family in the world, but I know that I have the best family in the world, and they're always there for me and at most of my shows and support me 110,000,000% all the time.
Okay, that's beautiful. That's beautiful. All right, so we're going to play the final song, but then we'll talk about the song. That's how we'll close out. We'll talk
Okay.
about, because I don't want to just close out with the song. I want to talk about it a little bit. All right, so
Okay.
producer, how are we doing back there? Hit it.
One is the loneliest number that you'll ever do. Two can be as bad as one. It's the loneliest number since the number one. No is the saddest experience you'll ever know. Yes, it's the saddest experience you'll ever know. 'Cause one is the loneliest number that you'll ever do. One is the loneliest number. Oh, it's worse than two. It's just no good anymore since you went away. Now I spend my time just making rhymes of yesterday. The sun don't shine anymore and the sky is gray. Guess I never know just how it all turned out this way. One is the loneliest number. One is the loneliest number. One is the loneliest number that you'll ever do. One is the loneliest number. One is the loneliest number. One is the loneliest number that you'll ever do. It's just no good anymore since you went away. Now I spend my time just making rhymes of yesterday. One is the loneliest number. One is the loneliest number. One is the loneliest number that you'll ever do.
Oh my
One
goodness.
is the loneliest number that you'll ever do. Two can be as bad as one. It's the loneliest number since the number one.
Oh my goodness. Okay, so magnificent. So tell me how you
Oh,
feel
thank
about
you.
that song.
You know, we actually, before we recorded the song, we went to Las Vegas and we went into the studio with Clint Holmes, myself, Joe, and a piano player by the name of Mike Clark. And Clint said, he said, how would you sing this song if you were alone, if you were lonely, and there was nobody else there with you? And he had the piano player just take his fingers and just hit the keys, which is what you hear as soon as the song starts. And it gives you that lonely feeling because there's nothing there. It's just two keys on the piano. And I started singing the song to that. And then of course we built the arrangement around it. And when it goes into the chorus and it feels dizzying, because now if you're alone for so long, you don't know what to do with yourself, and you start to go crazy. And that's what we wanted the arrangement to sound like. And I think that Charlie Colello hit the nail right on the head with it.
That was amazing. The way you described it, I could
Thank you.
feel it now. Do you know what I mean? Because
Thank
you're right
you.
about that.
I'm glad.
Wow.
Thank you.
Wow. I'll never hear that song the same way again. That's beautiful. Okay. So I want to thank you personally for honoring me with this incredible interview. Okay? I mean, of course, Joe, you know, and again, Gene, because, you know, they had something to do with this. But you know what? This was a great interview, and I'm honored to say that I now interviewed you. And
Oh, well, thank you.
Chris, I wish you all the best in everything
Oh, well,
you do.
thanks so much. Well, you know what? We love Gene and we love Joe, and I'm glad they put this together, and I'm glad I'm here with you. And thank you for taking the time, because without people like you, interviewers and radio hosts and whatnot, we wouldn't have a place to talk about our music and to get it out to the world. So I thank you very much for having me as well. And I hope that 2023 is the best year yet for you. And I know I'll see you soon.
And for you as well. Thank you.
Thank
and
you.
Love you, kiddo.
Thanks, Geri.
Okay,
Ciao.
Adrian.
I will
Ciao,
see you
baby.
soon. All right.
Ladies and gentlemen, Geri Petito.
I'm not an addict, I'm just an ass. And in time, this too shall pass. I'm not an addict, I'm just an ass. Geri Petito taught the class. I'm not an addict, I'm just an ass. Love's the answer, the greener grass. I'm not an addict, I'm just an ass. One day at a time, free at last.
When you don't know just what to do,
Just what to do, just what to do.
if what you're feeling is really true,
Is it really true? Is it really true?
just keep your ideas safe and sound.
Safe and sound, safe and sound.
That's exactly how change is found.
Change is found, change is found. I'm not an addict, I'm just an ass. And in time, this too shall pass. I'm not an addict, I'm just an ass. Geri Petito taught the class. I'm not an addict, I'm just an ass.